So today's video is about taking responsibility for your actions. So one of the things in society these days is that nobody wants to be accountable for anything, and that includes myself as well. We all make mistakes, we all do stuff we shouldn't, we all say stuff we shouldn't, we all start arguments that we shouldn't, but then we sit there and complain afterwards saying that, oh, why did this happen, why did that happen, why did this happen. But to be honest, one of the reasons is we need to start looking at ourselves and start taking accountability. What can we do in our lives to improve ourselves and improve our situations? If you're one of those people that sits there and says, "Oh, I don't have a job," right? Well, get out, start looking for a job. If you're saying that, "Oh, right, okay, I've applied so many times, I can't get a job. Does this issue, does that issue?" Start finding ways to better yourself. Don't just sit back and give up and say, "You know what, I've had enough. I can't deal with this anymore." Because you'll only get put through what you can tolerate. And definitely, I would say that keep up the good work, keep fighting, and keep taking responsibility for your actions because if we become those people, right, that just sit there and say, you know what, I'm not, this is so and so's fault, this is her fault, this is his fault, this is their fault, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it's just going to lead to more negativity, more depression. So it's a cycle we all need to get out of, including myself, as I said. And by taking responsibility for your actions, it means that we can work towards a better future. For example, right, I'm quite notorious for I can be quite argumentative. So in the past, and what is a lot of arguments and issues I've had have actually stemmed from my ability not to try and better myself, and my refusal to better myself. So in the past, what I would do is I would just argue for the sake of arguing, and just be like, yeah, you know what, no, and I would sit there and be a victim and be like, yeah, no, it's not my fault. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not. It's not my fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. Well, you know what? A day comes, right? Eventually, this came in my life as well, where I looked at, you know what? I am actually the problem in some situations. I'm not saying that people are the problem in all things. There are genuinely mitigating circumstances, but where you can better yourself and where you can make a difference to your own situation, you should definitely try and like improve your situation rather than just sit back and say someone else will do it. See, if you sit there with that mentality, it's just going to cause problems for you. Because what happens is you don't want to better yourself. You'll be like, you know what, it's his fault, it's her fault. But why do people have to sit there and not take responsibility for their actions? Why not just get up and be like, you know what, I made this mistake. I can fix this, or I can at least try to fix this. And if I've done something wrong, honestly, another thing I've seen in these days in society as well, as this myself included, is a lot of people when they make a mistake, they refuse to say sorry for it, and they're genuinely not even sorry. There's a lot of pride. So definitely what I would say is like taking responsibility for your actions is also admitting that where you're wrong and where you made a mistake, where you try and to genuinely apologise. Like a half-hearted apology to please people is not good. What you should do is be like, you know what, that was my fault. I started that. I'll go and try and rectify the situation. Now, see if the other person doesn't want to try and rectify it with you and basically shunt you aside, that's their problem. But at least you did what you did and basically went, you know what, yep, that's fine. So also take responsibility for your actions as means as well as like see if you say or do something and then you get caught out, just honestly hold your hands up and say, yep, you know what, my mistake, I shouldn't have done that. Because what happens is I see the more you try and lie and the more you try and cover up, you're just like, yeah, I'm nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me, not my fault. What happens is you lose a lot of respect in the process. Have you ever noticed like celebrities and that, people that like and that come out and honestly admit their mistake, they just admit it. You find that public are actually more forgiving in that sense. So if you make a mistake, just own up to it. Just say, yep, my mistake, I shouldn't have done that, and try and work on being better. That will improve your better health. That will lead to better health because see the thing is if you, like I said, and I'll keep on saying this, and I've said this at the start of the video, if you sit back and just refuse to take responsibility and you refuse to even better yourself or try and like acknowledge that there are problems within yourself that you can fix, then you're going to live a very miserable life, unfortunately, because people start avoiding you. And I've seen that from my own personal experience as well, when I used to, not take responsibility for my actions. So definitely try and be a better person, try and take responsibility, and try and just like admit where you're wrong, and also find ways to improve yourself. Nobody's perfect, but that's life, eh?